women's rights don't matter. At least not any less than men's rights matter. Yet, the overall amount of information that is out there when it comes to violence, when it comes to mental health, when it comes to child deaths, and all that sort of thing, all seem to revolve around the woman's side of things. There is no backlash when a woman goes through things and kills people or hurts her partner or whatever. If a male does it, the newspapers light up all over the shop. I'm on the Brisbane Times website at the moment, and I did a quick search using their search tool for the red pill. And the only information on there really is medieval medical advice or 21st century wellness tip, boost your workouts with caffeine, crazy in love, letters, bar should build 21st century chain, and a few other things. And if you go down through it, there is the red pill ban, an absurdity on only online activism could create. And comment on that is, I learned nothing that surprised me apart from the fact that a group of grown women call themselves the honey badgers. And then it goes on with other stuff like Marilyn Monroe's house and all that sort of crap. Stuff that is of no importance or no significance in relation to the movie itself or what the movie aims to spell out to people. What the movie is trying to spell out to people, and yes, I have watched it, is that we're all human, both male and female, yet male issues, whether anyone tries to discuss them or whether anyone wants to debate anything relating to either or on both sides of things, the male side is always shut down, or it's met with resistance, which I can't see why the resistance exists to looking at these things, apart from people don't want this information out there. I mean, if you look at the interview with 7 Sunrise, with Channel 10's The Project, and a few others, even on the ABC, when people have been talking about these issues, they're always shut down. Comments are always, a man's having a whinge. Oh my God, let's shut it down. You can't debate these things. You can't show anything about a view on this sort of thing, because it's shut down so hard and so fast, you'd swear to God, if you believed in that sort of thing, that you were badgering someone else's religion. Seriously, nothing gets shut down any faster than this, except for if you come out and say something about the Muslims and what's going on with that, or if you say things about the gay side of people and that sort of thing. If you'd swear that the people that were looking at this subject of issues with male health, with male suicide, male deaths, and that sort of thing, you'd think that we were aiming to, I don't know, I can't, I don't know, I gotta pause. You think we were kicking someone's dog. Seriously. It's a ridiculous amount of outrage that is being strewn about this movie, and with the crap that's going on with these interviews with the producer of the movie, none of the Fairfax media seem to be covering any of it in relation to how the interviews went and how they were misguided, mistreated, how she was mistreated, how the interviews were misguided because they haven't seen the movie itself, yet seem to have an opinion or a comment on it. They don't approach the facts that are shown in the movie, which a lot of the percentages correlate into Australia as well, and a lot of these are backed up with evidence through the Bureau of Statistics and other record-keeping government organisations. Now, feminism is supported throughout Australia. It's supported by the media. It's government supported. There is a lot of money in it. But you look at the male side of things, and we're not, males aren't trying to say, well, look at you, let's look at us for a second, and let's not worry about you. They're not saying that. What they're saying is, let's look at us too. Males make up more or less half the population in this country, and nothing is being really looked at into what happens with us. What happens with us when we can't get out of things, when we're attacked by our partners, when we're going through things through courts with child custody battles and things like that, where we stand in relation to what we have to do for work and things like that, male suicide and the reasons behind the suicides. But you even start to bring this up and it gets written off immediately within 2 seconds of being anti-female, or I hate the word, misogynists. That word is so stupid because it's basically the go-to when there's no comeback for an argument. There's no recourse on their side, so you're basically shut down as a misogynist. So it's you, us, not all of us. It's you against me, and there's no sort of uproar about it when it's the male side that's being shunned away. But on the female side, you even mention the fact that females are doing things that go against the inclusion of both genders. There's nothing there. What's the term? Misandry is the hatred or contempt of, for all prejudice against men or boys. It is parallel in the form to misogyny, and either misandrous or misandric can be used as an adjective form of word. Misandry can manifest itself in numerous ways, including sexual discrimination, denigration of men, violence against men, sexual objectification of men, or more broadly, the hatred, fear, anger, and contempt of men. That's from Wikipedia, by the way. This kind of anti-men, anti-focus or non-focus on men's issues, or anything to do with the debate around men's issues, parallels exactly what was happening, 40, 50 years when the female uprising was starting, when they wanted to get attention, or when they wanted to have things looked at, where that was shut down. They're basically taking the exact same thing, flipping it around, and 50 years later, in a modern society where everyone has full, equal access to information, except for in some countries, and basically shutting down conversation. Stop shutting down conversation that involves one half of the population. This isn't a race thing. This isn't a religion thing. This isn't a sexual orientation thing. This is a pure gender issue. Men are being shut out of the conversation. Whether it affects them or not, we're being shut out of the conversation. Females seem to be able to say anything, do anything, argue anything without any recourse from the opposite side, because of fears of being either shut down or having your comments taken as some sort of hate speech. Yet, when the male tries to have these issues heard, we're stuffed. Pretty much, we're stuffed. It's not good, and I'm not enjoying this part. If you disagree with me, that's fine. You're allowed to. But if you're going to go on the defensive with facts. Because as I write this now, I'm not anti-female or any of that sort of stuff. Today I've got the day off from work. The girlfriend is at work all day looking after some other people's kids. So while she's there, I'm at home doing washing, cleaning the house, and all the fun stuff that goes with housekeeping. I'm not anti-female. I'm not anti-female at all. What I am, anti-male. Basically, I don't agree with people who believe that males have everything going for them, and we are the privileged ones. We are not. Not by any means. We are in this together, male and female. And if we can't come together and work towards the greater good, we're screwed.